Kia ora tātou, Rawiri Nathan here, and we're coming to you from Petone, where just over 5 months ago we started our journey, the whānau journey. Our finish line is to complete the 90k cycle leg of the Iron Māori for 2014. When we started our journey with Change Fitness, I couldn't walk up a flight of stairs without getting breathless. I weighed over 230 kilos, I hadn't ridden a bike, and for breakfast I would eat 20 Weet-Bix and a bag of chips and have McDonald's and KFC at least 3 times a week. Since we started our journey, I learned how to walk, and now I can walk up to 8k's non-stop. I brought a bike from Cycle Science and I'm riding up to 50 kilometers and included 2 hill climbs, Wallaceville and Blue Mountains. I've also completed my first event, the Iron Māori Duathlon in Trentham, and we made changes to the way we eat. Instead of having McDonald's and KFC 3 times a week, we cook our own stir fries and we make our own salads. And whānau, this has resulted in me losing 35 kilos and I'm now at 194 kilos. So since we've started this journey, I know there's been a whole lot of people that I've inspired just to look at things differently and just to change their lifestyles to something that's a bit more healthier for them, and that'll work for them and their whānau. And my inspiration to start this has been my whānau and making sure that I'm around to support and be the best role model I can be for my whānau, and seeing all the support that's come in and everyone starting things that they haven't started. It just makes me, it's just humble. That's the word that comes to mind. It just humbles me, because I never thought that I'd do the journey that I'm on would actually inspire others. I thought it was all about me getting into a healthy lifestyle and changing the way I do things, and I didn't know that all the updates that I've done and the things that we've put out there have helped people to make that first step. And I suppose that's been the biggest learning for me, and the biggest thing that I love is that I've made that first step and I can show people that they can make that first step as well. My whānau have been my inspiration to start our journey, especially my nan. My nan had set herself a goal that if I lost 30 kilos, she would stop smoking. And it just makes me feel that I wish I could go back and actually have 30 kilos, because it means that she could have been here. She might have been still around. So I know she'll be proud. But had I known that, maybe I might have started something a bit earlier.
Kia ora everybody, my name is Nathan Martin, and I've been lucky enough to be working with the bro Ra here and helping him out for the last 5 and a bit months, and to me it's been a really special time. It's put a lot of things in perspective for me and actually opened my eyes to how hard things are for some people, and it is actually just about making that start. And I remember the day when I met Ra down at the bike store at Cycle Science, and we had that conversation about what he wanted to achieve, and the Iron Māori being one of the key words he used. And when he was telling me, and I got really excited, I was thinking, wow, the Iron Māori, that's an event I've been a part of for the last 3 years, and it's actually inspired me a whole lot more just seeing a triathlon presented in that format. And it's really about just bringing people together, and there's so many people there completing. There's a handful of guys competing, but for me it's the completing, and that's what we talked about. We said, hey, in December we're going to complete the 90k bike ride at Iron Māori, and we're going to do it together, and we're going to do it as bros. You remember that? Yeah. You remember that? Yeah. I mean, for me that was really special. Going through the last 5.5 months with Ra has, as I said, inspired me. The things I've taken out of it, the real highlights is seeing Ra feel good about himself, and he sends us a text message or a phone call every now and then, and when we least expect it, and the things he says in those messages or in those phone calls is actually how good he's feeling, and how he feels like a whole new person. And for me, it's great to have played a part in making that change. I haven't done it alone. you know, there's been so many people involved in Ra's journey, or our journey, and you know, and that's everyone watching this as well. You know, there's been so many comments coming in on Facebook. There's been so many messages of support. You know, when Ra goes down to Les Mills, everyone knows him there. The instructors love him coming to the classes. So it's been really cool to see that grow. And when Ra and I first caught up, we talked about, you know, what we were going to achieve by going through this journey, and one of the things we mentioned was actually to inspire as many people as possible, and to actually make a difference to the health and well-being of New Zealanders, and that's something we've you know, we're on the way to achieving, which is awesome. It hasn't all been, you know, high though. There's been some lows. There's been some times where Ra has wanted to either pull out, or you know, it's just become too much for him in terms of the, you know, getting into the changing his habits, really. You know, Ra, when we first met Ra, he had some really bad habits. As he said, he'd eat 20 Wheat Bix with sugar and chippies for breakfast, and then have McDonald's and KFC 3 or 4 times a week, which I'm sure a lot of us can relate to. The McDonald's and KFC thing, you know, that's something that's really easy to do, and no exercise. You know, that was a real habit of Ra's as well, not doing any exercise. So for Ra making these changes, getting himself to a point where he could exercise 6 times a week has been, you know, there's been some barriers that have come up and said to Ra, you know, oh, you can't do this, you shouldn't do this, and you know, it's just that self-talk. And what's actually happened is, you know, we've worked through Ra's challenges together, and that's been really cool. And I think it's really nice to have a supportive team around you, and you know, it's not just me, but it's Ra's partner Nardine, it's my wife Rose, it's the rest of the Change Fitness whānau, it's everyone at Run Group, it's everyone at the Les Mills gym, it's the guys down at the cycle store that come on the weekend rides with us. It's you know, it's everyone that's made a comment on Facebook, that's liked a post of Ra's. Those are the things that I believe has got Ra through and got us to where we are today, which is, you know, just over 3 weeks from doing the goal we set out to achieve and cross the finish line at Iron Māori in December. So I just want to thank everyone who's supported us through those low patches, and I'm sure Ra will agree that's made all the difference. And you know, rather than going it alone, we've done it together, not just as me and Ra, but actually as all of us as a whānau. So I just want to thank you for that, and I want to make a special mention and say a huge thank you to Heather, Wayne and the Iron Māori team who have actually put this event together that's given us a vehicle to change Ra's life. So how long have we got, Ra?
27 days.
27 days.
That's right, whānau, you won't hear from us until we cross the finish line at Iron Māori 2014.